people to a table. So welcome, thank you guys for coming. This is the 5th seminar of our first year program. Tonight we're going to be talking about money, financial literacy for you guys. So just to give you an overview of what we're going to cover tonight, first thing we're going to go through is why are we here tonight? Second thing, we're going to do a little brainstorming activity. So coming up with a budget template, Corey Edwards is going to run through that with you with Chris Bader. Then we're going to get into a group activity. You guys are all going to work together in a group. We're going to have some closing remarks from Naomi Williams, who's from CU Money Sense, to give you guys some information about some resources on campus that are available to you. Then we're going to do a little bit of feedback from you, get some feedback from you guys. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is why are we here tonight? Anybody have any suggestions of why we're here tonight or thoughts? I just told you why we're here, so. Budget, why? Because next year you're going to need to know what to do with your money, right? Okay. Any other suggestions or thoughts why we're here tonight? Okay, basically we're just going to try to educate you on what you can do with your money to make sure that you're able to balance a budget at the end of the semester and not go into debt. There's too many college student athletes or college students out there once they graduate are already in debt and are in financial trouble. So what we're going to do is try to educate you on that. So why is it important? Any thoughts? Crickets, crickets, crickets. So basically we don't want you to become the next statistic, all right? We don't want you to become like the next people I'm about to show you in a few minutes here. So I don't know if you guys can read this or not, but if you can, go ahead and read it. I'll read it out loud for those people in the back. 59% of the young adults in Generation Y, which is your generation, 18 to 21 years old, cannot pay their bills every month on time, okay? 85% of college graduates plan to move back home after graduating. 85%. Think about that. There's roughly 80 of you in this room. That means 70 will be moving back home after you guys graduate. That's huge. That rate used to be 67% back in 2006, so it's already escalated to 85%. According to a survey conducted by the Center for Economic and Entrepreneurial Literacy, 54% of college student respondents had overdrawn their bank account. So over half of the people in this room possibly had one point in time have overdrawn their bank account. And 81% have underestimated the amount of time it would take to pay off a credit card balance they might have, or a student loan, or something like that. That's a huge, huge number. So I can sit here and show you statistics all day, but what I want to do is let some other people tell it to you who've lived through it, some people you might have heard of before. A little sensitive.
Stadiums and screaming fans lies a harsh reality. Many athletes are at a high risk of going bankrupt. CCTV's Tracy Tandon reports.
Antoine Walker is a former basketball player and a 3-time NBA All-Star. Over the course of his 12-year career, Walker made $110 million, more than 4 times the average player in the league. All that wealth, though, didn't stop the basketball champion from going broke.
I bought a lot of expensive cars, luxury cars. I love watches. I had 17, 18 very expensive watches, a lot of them custom made. Also, I like to shop a lot. I wore a lot of designer suits and custom suits as well. And then just taking care of a lot of people.
In addition to spending big, Walker also spent badly, snapping up 146 properties across Chicago just a few years before the global financial crisis. When the housing crisis struck in 2008, Walker lost almost everything, and 2 years later, he filed for bankruptcy.
You never think about not having money when you make that type of money. It's something that never crosses your mind.
Walker's story is a familiar one in the sporting industry. Boxing legend Mike Tyson made and lost $400 million during his career. Tyson's boxing rival Evander Holyfield also filed for bankruptcy. Soccer player Diego Maradona, NFL's Johnny Unitas, and NBA player Allen Iverson have all declared bankruptcy. Overspending and failure to plan are key factors. Experts also say professional athletes lack financial knowledge.
There was one case of a baseball player who got a $1 million signing bonus. And 6, 7, 8 months down the road, the team realized, the front office, that their accounting didn't quite match up because this check hadn't been cashed. So they called up the player and they said, hey, what did you ever do with this $1 million check that we gave you? Did you cash it? He said, oh no, I framed it. And he had no idea that this was a legitimate financial instrument that he had to go out and cash. And they said, listen, we'll send you a copy if you'd like to frame it and memorialize it, but you've got to go and cash that check. But this is unfortunately the mentality that a lot of these sudden overnight multimillionaires are dealing with.
According to Sports Illustrated, 2 years after retiring, more than 3/4 of NFL players are bankrupt or in financial stress. NBA players face a similar fate. 5 years after retirement, 60% of the players are broke.
Using the word no, not taking care of so many people, be a lot smarter as far as investing. I would not invest while I was playing basketball. I would have waited till my career is over with, where I can really watch the money, be on top of it, where I can really educate myself. I think when you're playing ball 9-10 months out the year, that's what your focus should be on, and just enjoy your career.
Most professional athletes only have around 6 to 8 years that are really considered the peak earning years during their careers. So many experts agree that it's crucial for these athletes to be prudent about their money today so they can secure an income for tomorrow. Tracy Tandon, CCTV, New York.
So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Pretty shocking. Antoine Walker made $110 million in his career and is now bankrupt. Bankrupt. Mike Tyson, $40 million in his career, now bankrupt. So that is the main reason why we're here to talk to you about that. And most of you in this room are not going to make that kind of money. So you're going to have to figure out how to balance your budget at the end of the month and pay your bills so that you don't end up in a situation where you're filing for bankruptcy. All right? I'm going to bring up Dave Callan. He's going to talk to you a little bit about budgeting and go into some further detail on that.
Slides. That's for you. Yay for Chris. Way to go. That was really for me, I know. Thanks. First of all, I hope you all do make that much money. That would be awesome. Then you do need to remember all of us and your alma mater at the University of Colorado. But in the meantime, so you get to that, some of the things that you think about with that. What problems did Antoine Walker have? Besides that he had a spending habit that just didn't seem to quit. What else? Who was taking care of Antoine Walker's finances, do you think? Himself? Or did he have an agent? Did he have somebody else working for him? I bet he had somebody else kind of helping him out. So, but you aren't going to have that. And that's the one nice thing about budgets and money. It's yours. You're in complete control, and you need to be in control. So that's the first thing. When we talk about money, you need to be in control. And it's a lot like playing your sport. You need to have a lot of discipline with it. It's not random. It's not, I wonder how much money I'll have at the end of the rest of the month. When the month's over, how much do I have left? You have to have a lot of discipline. And you need to be able to prioritize. And so in order to do that, you need to have some financial goals. Just like you have an athletic goal, you need to have a money goal. And to do that, you have to have a plan. To be a better athlete, you have a plan. Your plan tends to have to do with lifting and practicing and eating correctly. With money, you also have to have a plan. And so the plan, the roadmap to get to where you want to be, to what you're prioritizing, is the budget. That's the instrument, the budget. So you can see an example of one here in front. And you'll notice that it's two sides. Income, where's your money coming from? And expense, where are you spending it? What do you think needs to happen at the bottom of those two columns? The income on one side, the expense on the other. What should happen at the bottom of those two columns, besides that you total them up? The what? Well, the expense should be less than the income. Certainly the expense shouldn't be greater than the income, that's for sure. And actually what we're going to sort of aim towards is it's called zero-based budgeting, that income minus expense is always zero. Income minus expense is always zero. And one of the keys to the expense side that's in capitalized, that you can't see very well back there, but is the savings. You always want to put some money towards savings. It's not what's left over at the end of the month is what you save. Savings is paying yourself. and you pay yourself regularly, and you always have a set amount. So that's why that's important that you put savings in there. And again, zero-based budgeting, income minus expense should always equal zero. If you're not getting to spend on what you want, then you got two options. You better make some more money, or you better figure out how to decrease some other expenses. And so in order to think about that, who's going? Corey? So Corey's going to come up, and you guys are going to work through a little bit on how do you think about what's on the expense side and what goes on the income side. Corey and Dr. Bader, I believe. Okay. Yep. There you go.
Okay, we're going to run through a brainstorming exercise to kind of help you understand some of the things that you're going to be faced with here pretty quickly. So this budget that we're talking about is going to be very relevant to you very soon. All of you will be most of you will be moving off campus next year, so you need to know what kind of expenses you're going to have. Two things I want you to know is the difference between fixed and variable expenses and needs and wants as we go through this list. Okay, fixed expenses are going to be those things that you have every single month, that they're going to come regardless, and they're going to be about the same price every single month, same cost every single month. Then your variable expenses, they could be different. It could be something that is, $50 one month, could be $75 the next month, could be $12 the next month. Okay, so things that change throughout time. And then needs and wants. You guys understand that. There's going to be things you have to have, and there's going to be things you want to have. Okay? So, out loud, someone tell me what's one of the first things that you're going to be responsible for when you move off campus next year? Rent. Okay? And Chris Bader is going to sit here and he's going to type these in for us, and then we're going to talk about prices, how much you think things cost. Okay? You want to go cost now or get a list first? Chris? Okay, let's do the list first. Okay, so we got rent. What do you think? Fixed or variable? Fixed. Need or want? Need. Okay. What else? Food. Okay. What else? Okay. Put it on the list. Put it on the list. Clothes. No bad ideas here. Okay. If someone says clothes, they're buying clothes. No bad ideas. Okay. Clothes. Fixed or variable? Need or want? Want? You need some. Okay, you're going to have some clothes, hopefully. Okay, what else? This side of the room, what else? Hold on, utilities. I heard utilities. Okay, let's break down utilities a little bit further. What kind of utilities are we talking about? Hold up, somebody. Gas. What type of gas? Is the gas we put in your car? What type of gas is this? Okay, natural gas, so you have hot water. Okay. What other utilities? Water. I heard electricity. Okay. All right, other types of expenses. Internet? I heard internet over here. Internet, cable. Okay, cable, fixed or variable? Fixed. Okay. Everyone, pay attention. Cable. We got cable up here. I want you to think through this one real quick. Not going to spend a lot of time on it. I heard cable being fixed. Okay. What if you have cable where you're buying on-demand movies and you buy 10 on-demand movies? Now it becomes variable. Okay. So you got to think about those types of things. So we have cable. What else? What about transportation things? What types of transportation expenses will we have? What about your car? Car payment? Yeah. Okay, car payment. Parking tickets. Okay, is that a need or a want? That's uncategorized, huh? Okay, other transportation expenses. What do we have for transportation? Bus? Anyone in here have to pay for a bus pass? No, because the school gives you one. Okay. All right, so we can take that one off the list. What about gas for your car? Okay. Fuel. Any of you pay for a parking pass? No one pays for a parking pass? Okay, we have some. So let's add parking pass. Okay. What other types of bills we have? We've already mentioned cable. What other types of TV services do you guys subscribe to? Subscription services, Netflix. What else? You can call that subscription services. Any of you have a credit card in here? Any of you pay on that monthly?
Are you supposed to pay on it?
Yeah, how many of you are supposed to pay on it monthly? Credit cards? Anybody? Let me see, show of hand. Who has a credit card in here? Okay. All right, there's credit card expenses. What else are we missing? Look at this list. I'll give you a second. Look at this list. Tell me what else is missing.
Savings.
Oh, I heard savings.
I can't see that.
Anything else we need to add? Okay, let's go back to the top of this list and let's start working through what we think things cost. Okay? What are you expecting to pay in rent when you move off campus next year? Hold on. I heard 550, 400 to 800, 900. Any other thoughts? I've ranging 400 to 900. 1,000? Okay, let me get your attention. Okay, we have $400 to $1,000 in rent. Okay, let's agree on a number that we can plug in here and we can use for the purpose of our budgeting exercise. I heard 850 over here. Can we agree on 850? Okay. 850 per person or 850 for the entire unit? 850 per person. Okay. 850 per person, Bader. All right, food. Okay, what types of food expenses do we have? Okay, think about this. What types of food expenses? Are we paying for C4C? Some of you? Okay, so we have groceries, takeout, right? Some of you eat out. So two types of expenses there, grocery and takeout. How much do you think you're going to be spending on groceries per month? Let me hear from somebody at this side of the room. Table 3. How much are we spending on groceries per month? Table 8. 150? All right, back over here in the corner. Groceries. How much? 80 bucks? Okay, we got 150, got 80. Donovan, how much are you spending on groceries? All right, listen. I have 3 numbers here. I have 80, 100, 150 for groceries. What can we agree upon? How much are we spending for groceries? Higher? 200? All right, our range is 80 to 200. How much are we spending on groceries? What can we agree upon? Hold up, we have a question in the back of the room.
Groceries take into consideration paper towels, toilet paper, cosmetics, soap.
All right, so listen. In groceries, are we going to include household items in that number, or are we going to separate category for household items? I would put that separately. So we have household items, we have groceries. So let's call groceries just food here. Just food. We got $80 to $200. What are we agreeing upon? How much are we spending on groceries? 200? Everyone okay? 200? 200, Chris. How much we spending on takeout? I heard 100? 50? 100? Anybody over here? We got 50 to 100. 100? $100 on takeout food. Okay? 100 on takeout. Let's go back to household items. Your toilet paper, your shampoo, your soap, things of that nature. How much are we spending per month on household items? 30? Got $30 over here. Tori? $5? We got a 5? Right over here, table 4. How much are we spending on household items? We got 5, 30, 50, 80. Okay, household items. Our range is $5 to $80. How much are we spending? What can we agree upon? 20, 50. What are we agreeing upon? Right here, 40, 45. We're going to call it 45. All right, we got clothes up here. How much are we spending per month on clothes? Got 0. $100. I heard 0, 50, and 100. Anybody over here buying clothes? Anyone buying clothes back there? All right, the range is 0 to 100 for clothing. How much are we spending on clothes? 50? 45? 45. Okay with that? 80? Hey, how about we meet at 60? We're going to call clothing 60. We got to get this moving. All right. All right, now we're going to do utilities. We're going to do utilities, and we're going to watch Chris Bader put in numbers for what we think utilities are going to cost you. Okay? So here we go. Gas, 25. Water, 25. Electricity, 100. Internet. What are we spending on internet, Chris? 50. Cable, 50. Gas for your vehicle, $1,500. Car payment. What's an average car payment? What are we spending on cars? Those who have cars. What is it? Any ideas? Car payment? How much does a car cost per month if you're making payments? 200? 400? We like that number? 400? All right, 400. All right, parking tickets.
500.
Realistic number. Chris, give.
No, that's realistic.
No, not for everyone. $25 parking ticket. How many parking tickets per month?
Like 2 each. So that's like 50.
Let's do $50. We'll call it $50. Parking pass. How much is the parking pass? $130. All right, parking pass $130 for a semester. Yeah, so $260. $20 a month? Yep, right around there.
If you get a parking pass and it doesn't work like here, you have to pay for that.
Depends on what lot you get. Yeah. Okay, we're doing income? Netflix, $10 a month with tax. There's taxes. Don't forget about the government. All right, credit card. How much are we paying on credit card? Are we paying minimum balance or are we trying to get the thing paid off? $50. Okay, we doing income? All right.
They're doing the income in their examples.
All right. So you want to introduce scenarios? Or you want me to do it? All right. Okay, listen up. Let me get your attention. This is the important part. Okay, the numbers we just agreed upon, you're going to use these to help people balance their budgets. We're about to pass out scenarios to each table. Each table is going to work through the scenario. Okay? Your job is to come up with a zero budget, completely balanced, income match expenses, nothing left over for the scenario you get. After we work through these scenarios, you work as a group at your table, then we're going to call on groups to come up and present their scenario and see how they solve the problem.
And real quick, just take a look. As we were just
Listen
talking
up.
this out, as we were just talking through this, we managed to spend about $2,000. Pretty handsome, right? What's that translate to just into terms of a yearly income? What's up?
Close. $2,400. Close.
$2,400 except for an extra zero because we got $2,400 a month.
4,000.
Right, so we're like at $25,000 a year that y'all just spent just because.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, right.
All right, so now you're going to start by reading your scenario at your table and then work through it and give us a balanced budget. If it's helpful, yeah, you're going to have to use those numbers. Okay, ready, set, go. They're on. Dude, they were wound up. I'm losing my voice, yelling at them.
And you're still on here? How much time did you give them?
I didn't.
Okay. We gotta go faster, don't we?
Yeah.
Look at what's on this.
Do you always want to take pictures and like try to smile at her?
Work through it.
I mean, we were taking pictures.
What? Stop.
Okay, so we had 6 different scenarios spread out through the room, okay? We had a scenario where students on 100% aid, athletic scholarships. We had scenarios where there's 50% aid and there's students with no scholarship, okay? We want to hear from each group, okay? How many of you had the student with 100% athletic scholarship? Table over here, table in the back room. All right, you guys, come on up. Let me hear you present. We're looking for a balanced budget here. A balanced budget.
All right. We gotta get interviewing. You gotta hold it up. Yeah. That's your job. Here, you have to hold that. Talking to him.
All right.
He's talking first.
Before you guys get started, let's give the group a quick synopsis of your scenario and then tell us how you solve the problem.
Down. All right, so our person has a 100% athletic scholarship to Bader University, and he has $1,325 per month for a stipend, and receives a grant of $2,000 per semester and a loan of $1,000 a semester. So if you calculate all that up, he has about $2,025 to spend per month. And
Excuse you.
His parents gave him $100. His stipend was $13.25. The grant was $400. The loan was like $200 a month. The grant was $400 a month. And then expenses, apartment. There was 2 choices for the apartment. Can you read that?
Yeah, he could either got a 1-bedroom apartment for $1,400 or a 2-bedroom for $1,895. So we
went
chose
with
the
the
$1,400 one because
$1,400.
it's cheaper and help us balance it more.
And then his utilities for the apartment was $130 per month. Cable ended up being $50. And then savings, he had like just below $500. So we could spend that on anything else. We wrote tattoo savings, $454. So, yeah. I don't know who wrote that. And then, yeah, that was it.
So were you able to balance the budget?
Yes. We have $454 left over.
How much?
$454.
Savings.
Savings. So he's saving $454 a month.
Yes.
And he's on 100% aid.
Yes.
Sounds good?
Who am I giving this to?
People, you're fine. You're fine.
All right, next let's look at scenario 3. Who has scenario 3? Okay, so scenario 3, I believe, was a 0% athletic scholarship for an in-state student. Right? How about this group right here?
Oh.
You want this group in the back? Yes.
Yeah.
All right, this group in the back, come on up.
Yeah, they're just on academic scholarship. Oh,
I told you before I'm going. We have a genius one.
Oh, you. Who wants to go first? Me? Yeah. Do you want me to hold for you?
Okay, give them a brief synopsis of your scenario and then tell us how you solve the problem. Okay?
She's really weird. She has like
Let's
4
get together.
cats. What?
Hey, don't
Okay.
click on the screen, Ryan. Start over. There you go. All right, here we go. Let's give them your attention. Here, we're looking at scenario 3.
Hello. Hello, everyone. So our girl's name is Selena Kyle, and she has an 80% academic scholarship, which leaves her with about $2,000 that she owes each term. But she has a grant for $2,000 per semester, so she's not really paying for tuition. You want to go over what she owes? She works, and so she has a graveyard shift, which gives her $5,000 per month. And or $500. Shoot, sorry, thank you. But she gets $5,000 per year in student loans. You want to pay for the cost, expenses?
Yeah. All right. So for tuition, she's paying $2,000. For her cats, because she loves cats, she's paying $100 a month. For her apartment, she's paying $800 a month. For utilities, she's paying $175 a month. For food, she's paying about $200. For cable, she's paying $50. For household items, she's paying $45. For takeout, she's paying $100. And for Netflix, she's paying $10.
So what's the problem we're trying to solve for Selena?
So our problem is that trying to figure out whether or not she should move into an apartment. And when we added up all her expenses and her income, she makes about $237 per month. So we think it's okay for her to have the apartment and she can save up that money and use it to pay off her student loans.
Okay, so that's taking into consideration her rent expenses. And she still has $237 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, and what are you going to do with that $237?
Pay off the loans, student loans.
Pay off student loans?
Yeah.
All right, that's a good choice.
I'll help you.
Thanks, Marlon.
Thank you.
you have cats, you don't need cats.
All right, let's find someone with scenario 5. Right back here. Scenario 2. 2, come on up, 2.
You gotta have an endpoint. You gotta break up the monopoly.
Do you give your pet insurance?
I have pet insurance.
All right, so scenario 2 is for an in-state student on 50% aid, 50% athletic scholarship, maybe. All right, guys, give them a summary of what the problem was you were trying to solve, and then tell us how you solved it.
Am I talking?
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Do you want me to talk about this? Do you like half? I can see the
Do I read this?
Yeah, you gotta let it know.
Do we read it? All right, read it. You hold it. I'll read it. What's this thing? What is it?
Which one is it? Oh, it's a microphone.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Attention, please.
All right. Wait. We gotta get on. Don't worry about it. All right. We had a girl named Kim. She was a standout striker on the women's soccer team. She will be starting her sophomore year at Boulder in a few months, and decided to move off campus. She has a 50% athletic scholarship that provides her with a stipend of $375 per month. Her tuition, fees, and textbooks are all covered by her athletic scholarship. She realizes that they will not cover all her monthly expenses, so she accepted a student loan to help pay her bills. All right. There's more, but it took a while to read. So what we got here is her income is her scholarship of $370 per month, and then her FAFSA. Is that right? FAFSA. Yes, FAFSA of $1,000, which adds up to $1,375.
Some good math, Isaac.
And then Kim maxed out on her credit card during her freshman year and now owes Capital One $1,000. The minimum monthly payment on the credit card is $40. So Kim's parents are making her pay more than the minimum payment on the card if she can afford it. And so we put $60 for her credit card, and then her car insurance. She has an older car that her parents bought for her. So her parents told her that she was responsible for paying the insurance of the car, which is $120 per month. So we have $120 there. Then she's got to find a house or apartment to live in. And there's two options for Kim. She can have a 2-bedroom apartment in Boulder for $1,400 monthly, and then a 3-bedroom apartment or townhouse worth $1,700 per month. And we decided that the better deal is $1,700 per month, and that she is a social, likable person. So a lot of people are gonna want a room with her. So we picked the 3 roommates, which is $570 per month. Then for a car, we got $50 of gas, clothes $60, groceries $100, takeout $100 because she likes to go to Starbucks. Household items $45. She likes to get her hair cut a lot because the latest fashion of a haircut. She gets it like every month. So it's only $45 though because she has her friend do it. We're not really sure if it's her friend or her boyfriend, but he does it. They got. She also likes to watch Netflix. with her friend and boyfriend. So yeah. She also buys Orbit gum for $5 at the gas station. And what? Oh
yes.
Yeah. And so then we have savings of $210 that she can buy a lot of different things, and she can do fun stuff. And that's it.
My name's Grant.
Thank you, sir.
Almost done.
Yeah. All right, so to finish up, again, on this piece on the budgets, just remember, the T has to agree. The expense and the income must always agree. You have to plan. This is one of the few things in life you actually have control over. Complete control is your money. So to finish up, we have a guest. What you always need to remember is that there's a lot of resources in this department and on campus to help you. And Naomi Williams is from the program called CU Money Sense, which is over in Regent, and she can tell you just a bit about what she does and what kind of programs that she provides to all students on campus. So if you'll welcome Naomi, please.
Okay, so as Dave said, my name is Naomi Williams. I'm the Associate Program Director for CU Money Sense. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of CU Money Sense. A couple of people, so that's good. So one of my jobs and one of my goals is to get everyone to raise their hand and say you've heard of CU Money Sense. We are located over in the bursar's office, which is next to Office of Financial Aid and Regents. And so some of the things that we offer are one-on-one appointments. So if you have really specific money questions that you would like asked about, like how to go through a budget, how do you help me on a budget, where is it going to buy groceries, anything like that besides taxes and investment. I don't give any advice on that. But if you do have any money questions, you can make an appointment with me. I've been through almost every money scenario there is, so I'm very sympathetic to students. And we can definitely walk you through your money issues or problems or questions. The other thing that we do is we offer workshops throughout the semesters. So we've done workshops on budgeting, salary negotiations, moving off campus for the first time. So that was a topic that came up a lot tonight, was moving off campus. A lot of you will be doing that next semester. So there is an off-campus housing fair that is in Glenmiller Ballroom tomorrow from 10 to 4. If you have not secured housing for next semester yet, there's going to be a lot of landlords and leasing agents over in the Glenmiller Ballroom in the UMC tomorrow 10 to 4. I will also be there giving out sample budgets, grocery shopping tips, those kinds of things. So stop by and say hi. I brought some brochures, so they will be over here on the table. You can grab one on your way out. It just talks a little bit more about the services that we offer. It also has all of our contact information on the back. So we have a great website with lots of other resources and helpful money tips. You could also go there to schedule an appointment with me, or just to find out what other events that we have going on. So that's a quick little brief spiel about CU Money Sense. I hope you guys all take advantage of it throughout your career here at CU. It's an awesome free service. So seriously, like once you graduate and you're on your own, you would have to pay good money to get this kind of free service to help you with your money. So take advantage of it while you're here. Thanks so much.
We really appreciate Naomi taking time to come over and spend with us this evening. What we hope to accomplish with you tonight is to get you thinking about real things that you're about to experience as far as your financial life. Okay? There are things that you have to consider when you move off campus. And even though some of you didn't work to get those levels balanced, you actually got to work through it, you got to see there are things you have to consider. There's things that different people on different types of pay have to consider. Okay? So, I'm here at the end. As always, we have a survey, Buffs FYP 5. Punch this in your smartphone before you leave. Okay? There's going to be 5 5 options when you're answering questions, 1 through 5. So look at your scale. Sometimes you may have to scroll across on your phone, but answer those short, I think 4 questions for us, and then you're free to go. Thank you for coming.
That's very cool. Yeah.